I don't think guys understand how big the areas were, you know, or the territories as they call them, how big they were to where just in that area you could become like a god.
In those days, it was all about drawing money, so they went with who drew money.
The territorial days meant that you were busy 7 days a week.
I think that was the great thing about wrestling territories. They all had a different flavor. It wasn't just vanilla.
The one thing that I liked about it is we had a tremendous respect for the business there. And if you didn't respect it, you got beat up.
The territory system to me was a blueprint for the mafia.
And if you asked anybody any wrestling fan what the best wrestlers were, just depending on what part of the country you were from.
Back when you're wearing that belt, you think of yourself as being it. Because you're representing this huge monster that's got such a great legacy. And, you know, Sam, I mean, the whole thing was just really, when I got it at the tail end, but it was still the catbird place to be.
Well, obviously, the promoters didn't do something right.
They refused to change. The old school promoters refused to change.
The NWA went down the tube, and as a result of television.
They were all terrified of it. They knew they had no control over it, and they couldn't stop because it was bigger than cable TV.
Time passed them by, and they weren't watching to see, they weren't saying what's next, what's new, and how do we get there first. I think a lot of these guys were just hanging on to the way it was all done and hoping they could ride it out.
It came down to the product. Vince bought all the best stars, bought out all the talent from each region.
What he did in a lot of ways was scrupulous, putting people out of business, but they knew it was coming.
Everybody blamed Vince for the destruction of the territory. But you know, to be honest with you, and if guys would be honest with themselves, the one that destroyed the territory was the wrestlers. They were their own worst enemies.